What is going on, everyone, and welcome to my review of Curse of Chucky, released in 2013 and directed by Don Mancini. Now, last time we looked at Seed of Chucky, and you'll know that I can have some fun with that movie, but it's by no means a good movie. It absolutely had left us with no promising future of the franchise. And the idea of Don Mancini coming back to direct the follow-up to that was shocking, to say the least. What is he going to do now? Luckily, he really reined it in and seemed to listen to the criticism and churned out one really damn good movie. So this film almost acts as like a soft reboot for the franchise. It's not changing the timeline, it's not adding an extra new timeline in, it's still definitely a follow-up from Seed of Chucky. But we get introduced to these new characters, most notably Nica Pierce, who is played by Fiona Dourif, the daughter of Brad Dourif, the voice of Chucky, and she is one of the best additions to the franchise, absolutely. So at the start of the film, Nica's mother dies and her family all come around to their house to say their final goodbyes. It's a pretty weird family, as all families are, and she receives a strange doll. And people suddenly start turning up dead. And we have to figure out what's going on. We obviously know exactly what's going on as the audience, but characters, they don't know what's going on. Nica starts to think it might be the doll, and it is a lot of fun. So first of all, I love the cast in this film. I thought everyone was really, really good. Everyone was very slimy and kind of disgusting, but it made it all the more satisfying when they were killed. There was little tensions and petty things going on that I was surprisingly interested in. I was curious to see where things went, and I thought it made it very entertaining, not only as just, almost a haunted house style film, but just as a petty family drama where these characters are just, bitching with each other and stuff like that. But it's not in a way that's frustrating. You've got to be interested in what they're arguing about, and you've got to have someone there ready to take them out, like you do with Chucky in this film. And it made it really, really fun. So, great cast, they all did a great job back and forthing with each other. I think the kills in this film are maybe one of the high points of the franchise. There are some parts that are just really, really bloody. It's definitely, I would say, maybe the bloodiest film in the franchise, up until Cult. But there are parts of this film where it's just like, my god, they go there. There's some really great tension building in parts as well, which I wasn't really expecting, but it's very, very simple tension building. Like, there's a scene when one of the plates at the dinner, one of the bowls has been poisoned, and you're not sure which one it is, and it's kind of like an overhead shot, and your camera's spinning around, you lose track of which one it is, and people start eating it, and then like someone will be like, oh my god, this is delicious, and that stupid dad joke that they have to make where they act as though it's disgusting, and then it catches you off guard, and then you keep going just waiting for something to happen, and then the payoff eventually does happen, which I really, really like, in a kill in a very fun scene, which is, again, as I said earlier, shockingly gory and disgusting. I enjoyed the score in this film as well. I can't remember who it was done by, but it's very atmospheric and very well done. It really, it suits both Chucky, but it also suits kind of like a reinvention for the franchise, which I really, really enjoy. It's definitely different to Bride and Seed of Chucky, but it's still got that same kind of childlike feel. I think Nica is terrific. I really, really like her. I know I mentioned her earlier, but she's really, really great. And just her resemblance to Brad Dourif is super funny, and obviously because they're daughters, but Brad Dourif, their father-daughter. But it's a lot of fun to watch her just take up this role. And for like the 6th film in a franchise, it's not often you get new things or people introduced to kind of like the leads of the franchise and they turn out to be this good. But luckily with Nica Pierce, that's exactly what we get. And finally, I think that Chucky is on fire in this film. I think he has some really, really great one-liners and parts that are just really funny. He's just... not once, in the varying quality of these films, not once has he dropped off the ball, or Brad Dourif has ever sounded like he doesn't want to be here. He's so funny, and I love it. Now, is this movie perfect by any means? No. No, absolutely not. There are some problems with this film, and while I can appreciate some of the attempts with some of these problems, like what they were trying to do, it doesn't stop it from still being, like, having problems with it and stuff like that. So, things like the way it maintains continuity with the films, it's just a little bit too much. They do some things I think work well, like giving Chucky a new kind of coat of paint over his head, and then you get that scene when they slowly peel it away and you reveal he's still got the stitches underneath. I think that's all done really well. It's just how they tie in Nika's story to Chucky's story, and that he ended up, Charlie Lee Ray in his human form ended up causing Nika's disability, and that he was actually, the night that he was there, he was kidnapped Nika's mother, and like, that's the night that he ended up getting killed. It was just, it's too much. It's too much. It was never mentioned that he was secretly, like, you know, a kidnapper or anything like that. He was just, you know, a killer. So overall, continuity of the franchise aside, I appreciate the attempts to keep it going. It just doesn't really work all the time. But this is a really fun film with a really good atmosphere that uses very basic and simple filmmaking tricks to wring a lot of tension out of its small location. It has a great cast of characters, a terrific score, and Chucky is on fire. In Curse of Chucky, my favourite line from that film is absolutely when the dad finds the video camera of Chucky and Alice playing hide and seek.
They'll never find me in here, Chucky. This is the best game of hide and seek ever.
Just keep your fucking mouth shut.
Chucky, stop cursing.
I would say that Curse of Chucky is absolutely worth a watch. Guys, thanks for watching my review of Curse of Chucky. Look forward to my review of Cult of Chucky, which will be coming very soon because it's not long before Season 3 comes out, so I need to pump out these reviews. I've got to do the remake and then Season 1 and 2, and then Season 3 will be out, and I can't wait for it, so I'll see you all then. Bye.